Namaste. Welcome to Wise Owl Career Guide. When we talk about career, there are basically two options that you can have. One, take up a job in whatever field you've finished your education in, or a field that you like and would want to make a career in. Or the second is going on your own. When we talk about going on your own, it has again two options. Either you become an entrepreneur and start a business of your own, or you do freelancing work in whichever field you are passionate about, be it photography, any kind of art form, music, any of these skills, or being a content writer. Now, these all fields, I would like to categorize them as being entrepreneurs only. The competition is increasing every day, and therefore, if you're an artist, if you're somebody who's decided to go on their own as a freelancer in any of the fields, you become an entrepreneur. Now, when we talk about entrepreneurship, it is something that is a very tempting prospect and idea, even for the professionals who are currently in various job roles. But why do some people make it a success and others can't? As I see it, and what I have heard from people who are entrepreneurs and have been successful or unsuccessful, is few very basic things. One, you should have an overall good understanding in whatever field you decide to set up yourself. Any field that you pick up, if you don't understand the in and out of it, you will not be able to be successful, because any work that you've decided to go on your own and do is going to have ups and downs. There would be difficult times that you will face, because no business is a straight line. It will have the up and down curve, and when the curve is down, it is these unknowns which are gonna really destroy your confidence and your motivation to be able to make a success in it. Now, when I talk about getting an experience, it is, today we have a lot of courses, including at the IIMs, providing entrepreneurship as a subject, as a specialization. But even after you finished your, masters in this, theory is very different from when it comes to the practicality of things. So you have to be a team player, you have to be good at communication, you have to be good with people, and you need to understand the environment in which you're working. And when we talk about environment, it is the business environment, the aspects of whatever business that you've decided to start or work in. We've had two interviews of people who've decided to be entrepreneurs and are, successfully running their own work and business. Mr. Satyat Tiwari, who's running a distribution network, and Mr. Manoj Arora, who's a hotelier who's opened his own resort. And if you will listen to their interviews, you will hear one thing common between both of them, that is doing a thorough market study, understanding what your competitors are doing, how they are doing, what are the pitfalls that they've experienced, what is it that needs to be kept in mind, especially during your low periods. Entrepreneurship is something which is very challenging and very exciting, and if you go about it in the right way, it can be something which is very, very fulfilling. Now, when I say going about it in the right way, it means that you need to understand what are the various aspects that you would be facing, what is the kind of team that you need, what is the kind of cash flow that you would require. Because planning is a very integral part of it. You can plan and think of all the ups, but that is not where things will be difficult. It is when you have the low moments, when it's something like a cash flow problem. If you don't understand how to manage that, irrespective of how good your plan is, how good your thought is, how good answer you're providing for a problem, it will all come crashing down if you've not planned and for these pitfalls. And planning for these pitfalls can only happen when you've had a little bit of experience working in an environment like that, where you've taken the experience, seen how various people in that field are handling these issues. So if you're planning to become an entrepreneur, my biggest and first advice is work in that field for some time. Understand all the dynamics that are there in terms of supply, in terms of distribution. Don't ever let your ego come into the picture when you're thinking of becoming an entrepreneur. And when I say ego, it means don't think that I know the answers, I know how to do it better than what they have done, or this is their mistake, that's why. No, please understand, a mistake doesn't happen because the person is not prepared. A mistake more often happens because of things, scenarios which are out of our control. You've planned for your cash flow, but one person defaults because of their, issues in their environment, and your entire planning can go for a toss. So, work in whatever field that you want to start a business in, understand it, follow the, social media of the people who are already doing this kind of work, because that is something which is going to prepare you the maximum for all kinds of pitfalls that you're going to face in the line of your work. Also, when you're thinking of entrepreneurship, don't ever follow what is trending, because what is trending might not be something that you enjoy and can see yourself going day in, day out, working in it. Entrepreneurship is the hardest when you're facing your downward trend. Any market, any business that you're working in, there would be good days and there would be bad days. If your planning is proper, if your understanding of the business is good, and it is something that you enjoy, it is only these three things that will help you take you back up in your, curve. If not, you will be going down and you will not be able to understand or figure out how to come out of it. We will be during the coming weeks be talking to a lot of other entrepreneurs who've decided to go as freelancers or start their own businesses, understand what have their struggles been like, what have their been understanding and learnings been, and hear from them what and how did they plan it. So if you have any questions, do write to us in comments below and we'll get back to you. Also, please like, follow and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.